is, and I can't imagine you can possibly certify without knowing the explanation to that. As if that weren't good enough news, he went on to state, I'd also like to hear the explanation to the 22,686 mail-in ballots that were returned on the same day they were mailed. That's a trick, right? And how about the 32,591 ballots that were returned the day after they were mailed? Or another 20,000 mail-in ballots that were returned before they were mailed. And the crooks in Philadelphia are disappointed in this next one. They only submitted 8,021 ballots from dead people. It's much easier for dead people to vote by mail than in person, but even so, you had about another 30,000 people doing that, meaning dead people who were voting somehow in person in Philadelphia. He said, we are continuing to check the cemeteries around Philly. He wrapped up, Rudy did, in his opening statement with this, your election, because of these two counties and maybe one other, is a sham. I repeat.
President Trump threatened to veto a major defense bill unless it revokes Section 230 of the 1996 Communications Decency Act. The president tweeted this in part, our country can never be safe and secure if we allow 230 to stand. The provision gives social media giants broad immunity from legal liability for content posted by their users. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey told lawmakers back in October that Section 230 is the most important law protecting speech on the internet. It's also protecting Twitter from getting sued. Dagan McDowell, your reaction.
And this is my opinion. I suspect.
All right, you guys, to support us here, go to PayPal at themullings@gmail.com. For the GSA bonds, you can email us to set off matters. For those templates, you can email us at themullings@gmail.com, as well as for the 1099 OID to set off to get back the finances they claimed you owed. All right, attention, Office of International Criminal World Court, the Army, the Navy, the military, the Marines, Donald Trump, the Federal Trade Commission, Clearinghouse Department, and the Antitrust Department. Also, Louis DeJoy doing business as Postmaster General, Joseph Otting doing business as the head for the Comptroller of Currency, Jay Clayton doing business as Securities and Exchange Commissioner. Also, All That Is Good globally, the Universal Postal Unit heads, the Federal Bureau of Investigation heads that are good, Interpol, the Fraud Department heads. I come to you in good faith in one's proper person as a living flesh and blood sentient being. I stand my ground here, and for the record, Suri Juri Suri, heiress, heir to the world's vast estate, Moabite queen, Reubenite tribe chief, American Indian, Lola Tuttle Moorish American National, UCC 1-308 without recourse, Rubus Red Rose, Angel in Latin, Asexual Seed Plant, AA 222-141, 449-59344, holding the highest diplomatic office as heir. Now, I command, order, and demand you go now and repeal, remove, shut down, squash, burn Section 230 that's on the books protecting these big tech agents, Twitter, and the rest of them, so that all the people can sue them now for all the harm that they've created by this so-called censorship that the people have been subject to on the said platform that we're located here on the so-called YouTube. Put back all the people that were subjected to the so-called being banned from YouTube, put them back this night. Make sure all their YouTube channels are monetized, right, including our own, for all the finances and profits that's generated by these corrupt corporations. See to it now that people get back all the profits that were generated on said YouTube, Twitter, and the rest of them, Facebook and what have you, so that people can be free globally. Right? And go and round up all the heads for the RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and the fake news agents doing business as journalists for all the crap, hoax, scam on the people masses globally, right? As the people rely on the news regularly for proper, lawful, truthful information on this free airwaves owned by the heirs. Moors, go and claim your correct nationality. Take your seats among men. Stand up for your rights. He who does not stand for his rights has none. Go and use the duty to accommodate those of us made disabled. In the United Nations Declarations for the Rights for Indigenous People, see to it that all the affidavits are put forth now. All our people who are in so-called jails doing business jail, churches doing business as jails, are set free for non-violent offenses. Those are those petty crack cocaine, drug, weed, crap stuff that they were put in for life. Set them free this night, right? Do that on our behalf now. Thank you in advance, and make sure they got full compensation as per the $3,000 per day for all the unlawful carcerations, right? And those that are in jail that so-called didn't even get a goddamn hearing, make sure those people are set free immediately. Like the judge, Sharon Tracy Gale Bass, set her free this night. Thank you in advance for your speedy response to this matter. By Noble Honorable Ange El Ina D. Alfred L. Reubenite Tribe Chief, American Indian, Allodial Title Morse American National, UCC 1-308, without recourse, all rights reserved. I stand by the Book of Ruth, by my deceased organ harvested husband and myself, Jackson Tokoro Nita Karadachkano, Itakanai, Itakano Chakara, Takanataka, Nana Katakano, he needs help. He needs help, you guys. Tokoro. He cannot do this by himself, you guys. He needs help. Set the people free this night. Thank you.